Welcome back guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. Today I'm just going to show you, it's going to be a quick video really, but I'm just going to show you guys what things to look out for when you're having key issues. Obviously diversity antennas, key fob issues on your E60, 90s, etc. Obviously are a pain, and I've actually had the same issue recently with a key. Now I know comfort access keys are slightly different. I haven't got one here to show you guys, but they have a separate battery, i.e. a replaceable battery, whereas the standard vehicles don't. Now I have diversity antennas, even second hand, go for anywhere between £60 to £100, whereas a blank key and a new battery and even a key being cut is, you know, no more than 30. So actually, you know, it might be worth looking at this first. So in this video I'll show you guys really how to diagnose a key issue before we pop onto the diversity antenna route. And yeah, I can show you in the next video or another video in regards to the diversity antenna. But yeah, so let's crack on with it, and let's see what issues I had and how I fixed them. Right, so a lot of you guys are going to be driving around with one of these. This is a standard cassette type key, used on E90s, 1 Series, E60, E61 from 2005 onwards. Now the same rule applies to this. You can buy a aftermarket case and you would have to cut this key open and transfer the electronics to the new one. This is the type that has the soldered battery. So this method I'm about to show you does also apply to the older style key as well. So I'll move that aside for a second. We'll talk about the comfort access key in a second, but I'll show you guys how you go about checking your key. Right, so this is a standard diamond key. You'll see that it's missing a badge, but it's only because it's been taken off. And now the issue I was having was, one day my range of my key was really bad. Obviously immediately I thought diversity antenna. Now when I dropped my key, or put it down should I say, I must have bashed it. So when I went to come out to the car, the key didn't work. So before I tackle the diversity antenna, I made a decision to check the key. I did actually have a spare case, so I had nothing to lose really. So how you get these off, which I found is the most effective, is if you have a mini hacksaw. You can cut carefully around the key, and you know, it takes seconds instead of using a knife and cutting yourself and things. And what will happen is eventually you'll end up with this. Now you can see here mine's all loose because mine's already come out. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. But here we have the actual electronic part. So what you'll be left with is two separate bits like this. This is now trash, you know, now binnable. And you're left with this. Now this is the main board with the buttons, as you can see there, the transponder, and the chip for the ignition, etc. Also you can see the battery. Now what we can do is we can get a multimeter out in a second, and I can check the battery for basically any power, and also check to make sure that there's nothing damaged on this board. Quite often what happens is the contacts break away. So you can see here, excuse my hand, it's disgusting, it's covered in paint. That's for a future vid, but you can see here is the positive and negative terminals. Always check these and check this battery to make sure it's actually attached, whereas this one's fine. So what happened with me was the battery itself had actually come away from the board and broke a connection, obviously while being bashed. So all I done there was repaired that. What you can now do is to see if you've got an actual signal, or should I say a circuit, you can check the voltage. Now if I put one terminal across like that and to the other side, I should get a voltage reading. And there you go, see I'm getting 3.31 volts. Yeah, so obviously I've reversed the polarity there, which is giving me a minus, but essentially I've got 3.3 volts. So I know that battery is absolutely fine. Obviously I know it is because it works. So yeah, check that. That could be a cause of all your issues before the diversity antenna. Also, the membranes on these buttons over time get old and they actually stop clicking against these little buttons. So something as simple as that could cause you, you to have an issue with your unlocking. So once you've done that, and you're going to need a new battery, you'd have to unsolder these terminals here, and then this battery will then come off, and then you can insert a new rechargeable battery, and then you can resolder on these contacts. Once done that, you can then test it again. This will actually work fine. You could physically take this to your car now and click it, and it should work fine. And then what you need to do is go onto eBay, and what you do is you get a blank. Now I've had this cut, it costs about £15 to get cut. But yeah, all you do is take your old one in, get it to match up, like so. And now this one, I've put the badge on from the old key onto this, but this key is now brand new. So all you need to do is pop that in place like that. Pop the lid back on. And there you go, a brand new 5 Series key. Now, obviously, once you've tested this, for instance, brought all of my full range back. Obviously, I reckon what was happening was because I had a loose contact, it wasn't charging it properly, so I was struggling to get the signal strength. And then obviously once I'd fixed the contact, or contacts, should I say, after the complete separation, now it's working fine and charged up. So that's done. Now, if it doesn't work after that, then I'll go on to the diversity antenna, but I'll cover that in another video for you. On this key, works exactly the same as this. You would splice open the key here around the outside, take your old physical key out. You would cut round, and then what you would do is take the similar sort of circuit board out. It's pretty much identical, but it's just obviously in the shape of this key, and do exactly the same test and check that. I'll pop a link in the description below in regards to what key battery you would need. But yeah, that is how you would sort that out. And the other thing is if that is the solution for you, there is no need for any coding of keys, just a pure cutting of key for this old style, or for this one you could use the original blade. So happy days. I'll post a link in the description below in regards to where to get these carcasses from. And yeah, give it a go first. It could honestly save you, 60 sort of, could honestly save you 60, 70 pounds doing this first. Yeah. So finally, in regards to comfort access, And now they actually split apart. They have a battery that you can replace. It's a user replaceable item. Now, change your battery first, or you can also check the voltage on the voltmeter if you want to, but change the battery first. Give it another try. It should be, it should still be linked to the car. I've never personally had one that's de-linked itself, so try that first. And then I would look into the diversity antenna. Failing that, you might need to go on to finding a new key, control board, essentially ordering a new key from BMW. But yeah, hope you guys found that useful. If you've got any questions in regards to this, if you want to see me tackle the diversity antenna, mine's working fine, but I'm happy to take it out to show you guys. Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.